Ciao ragazzi, CP here with another Juve Power News update. What have I got for you today? We've got the new CEO of Juventus, Arrivabene. What are the details? What's he going to do for Juventus? Pjanic news. We've got Morata, Milik, Allegri Mercato. So that's Locatelli and potentially Pjanic news as well. Sarri leaves Juventus officially. And Romano speaks about tech to Arsenal or not. Okay, so with that I'm going to move straight into the news, talking about Arrivabene this morning, the details of what he's going to do for Juventus. So first of all, he's going to be the CEO. He's going to use his experience to organise the football area in terms of finance and commercial work. Cherubini will be in charge of all the teams, so we know that. Arrivabene, he's a man of not just money and numbers, but of command. A strong and operational figure who will have to manage the group, enhance the brand, to pursue its commercial development. He's worked at Philip Morris, that's a tobacco company. He had a pretty big role there. What else has he done? Most recently, he was the team principal of Ferrari. We all know that. 2014 to 2019. It wasn't the most successful period for Ferrari, but if you've seen any of the press conferences that he's done, he's quite a strong speaker. Even when harassed by journalists, he's pretty good at dealing with questions. So Tudor Sports speculates here that he not only is he good with finance, marketing, things like that, he's a good speaker, and he might be the voice of the company. So if you remember Beppe Marotta back in those days, he would actually speak quite a lot to the cameras and to journalists, and he was quite good at it, you know. Not so much Paratici in my opinion, but so we can potentially expect him to do that. I'm going to move on here now. Talking about Pjanic and Tudor Sport again, they're saying that, you know, Allegri could have called Pjanic. The meat of this article is basically a comment made by Mehdi Benatia, who says Pjanic considers Allegri a putative father. We often talk, Mira and I, and just the other day I teased him saying, Mira, did you hear from your dad? You know, so they're not saying a phone call happened or anything like that. It's more like of a joke. So Pjanic to Juventus, that's not there's nothing concrete in that, and this is backed up by Mirko Di Natale. Today he tweeted, it's true Pjanic would like to return to Juve. He's unhappy at Barcelona, we know that. He's only played 19 times for Barcelona all year, not favoured by Ronald Koeman. I think only 6 or 7 of those were starts, so he's not going to be happy with that, especially at this point in his career. He's going to want to be starting. I'm sure he will be interested in coming back to Juventus, but it's very complicated for the moment, and there's nothing concrete between the two clubs, so that's kind of shuts that story down for now. So we move on to Corriere dello Sport. They're talking about Allegri Mercato here, so everybody's crazy about Mercato news. What's Allegri going to do? Who does he favour? All of this. So they're talking about Morata. We know the situation with Morata. He's available for a further year of loan for 10 million, or he could be purchased for 45 million. Highly unlikely he'll be purchased outright. Juventus can pay 10 million to keep him for a year. I think they're going to do that. Allegri favours him. Why do people think he favours him? Because he bought him in the first place with Juventus, and he played very well with Juventus for Allegri. Milik is mentioned here as well. Just going to give my personal opinion. Milik is not a Juventus player in my opinion. I would not like him to be signed by Juventus. No, I hope to God not, praying not. So moving on now, Gazzetta are talking about Locatelli and potentially Pjanic, so it's speculation. One thing we can take from this is the 40 million price tag for Sassuolo. So yeah, it's been speculated 35 to 40 million. They're saying it's going to be 40 million. I'm sure Sassuolo, who are a selling club, they're going to want to make as much money as possible, naturally. So at 40 million, should Juventus take him? I think so, 100%. We don't have a regista. He's not Pirlo, and don't anybody expect him to be as good as Pirlo, but he can bring something to Juventus midfield we do not have at the moment, and it's extremely valuable. So yeah, I'm going to move on now. Donnarumma talk. This is to the sport again. Bianconeri close to the goalkeeper of the national team. The key is Arsenal, who can change their goalkeeper, potentially Leno leaving and Szczesny coming back. So we know there's been links for Donnarumma with Barcelona, and recently the Spanish newspapers have been saying that Ter Stegen isn't going to go anywhere. And I kind of agree with them. Ter Stegen is a good goalkeeper. I don't see why Barcelona would want to get rid of him. But also from Donnarumma's perspective, I don't think he wants to go anywhere and sit on the bench. You know, it's not like a striker position. A goalkeeper needs to be playing, and it's a clear hierarchy of who's the number one and who's not. You know, and if you can accept being on the bench for 95% of the games, potentially only playing the cup games, then maybe the move was right for you. But if not, it's not going to be on the cards for Donnarumma, and I think that's the situation here. And it could also be the situation with Juventus. The speculation has been that Allegri does actually like Szczesny and isn't exactly, you know, promoting him to leave. But also here we're going to deal with this link to Arsenal. So Fabrizio Romano replies to my good friend Julian on Twitter, who asked him about, you know, any news on Donnarumma to Juve. Are we close to selling Szczesny? No, there are no talks to sell Szczesny as of today, and Arsenal have never contacted Juventus. So that's that put down. And fair enough. Moving on again. We're going to talk about Sarri. The old lady has decided to pay 2.5 million to Sarri's pocket, and so the third year of the contract does not automatically start. So I think he was on 7.5 to 8 million with Juve per year. So they've paid him 2.5 million now to automatically get rid of that last year of contract. So they've made a saving there, guys, between 5.5 million. That's good. It's good business. So well done, whoever sorted that out. That's going to save us quite a bit. And guys, that's pretty much all I have now. We've got a podcast later on, so keep an eye out for that. Any other news that comes out at that point, we're going to discuss it in more detail. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's supporting me at the moment. People turning up for lives, sharing the video, and just immensely grateful. We're nearly at 100 subs at the moment, which is a big rise. So yeah, just thank you so much. And if you like it, hit the like button. If you want to be notified of, you know, more videos like this, which I'm going to be doing hopefully every day, then hit the bell icon as well. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys and say ciao ragazzi. See you later. Arrivederci.